How you guys doing? My name is Patrick. I represent Midwest Vintage and Heavy Seven Hearts. I'm here with.
Keyshawn.
And what is your business?
Madison Lock and Wax. If you ain't heard, you better find out.
Okay. So we're gonna just have a little conversation with her. Just really get to know her. If you guys are not following our Instagram, our YouTube, check it out. It's Midwest Media 608. And we're gonna start off with. So are you from Madison?
I am not. I am from Springfield, Illinois.
Okay, and so what brought you to Madison?
Family. I had family out here at the time, and COVID hit, and I needed to make some changes. My family called me up, asked me if I wanted to come out here to go to school, and I said yes.
Okay, and so what got you into the hair industry?
So it started with me. I had locks for 5 years. This is my second set of locks that I've started.
Okay.
And yeah, it started with me having locks, and my family eventually, transitioned over to getting locks. And I started doing their hair, and I kind of, got my knowledge that way. Did a lot of research, and it just kind of took off from there.
And how did you come up with your business name?
Oh gosh, I really don't have a backstory for that. It was mainly I just signed the lease on a space, didn't have any clientele yet, and he asked me what was the name, and man, I looked down, like scratched my head. I didn't even have a name for it yet, and it was just something I wrote up on a piece of paper, something that as soon as you type in Madison Lock and Wax, like just Madison itself, it just would generate my business name, so it made it easy to find.
And so what was your childhood like? Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, I am, with my mom's kids, I am the oldest of four girls. And with my dad, oh my gosh, all I gotta say is Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Okay, say no more. Say no more. And do you have any childhood memories that just come to you immediately? Like, man, that's what really made my childhood.
Honestly, the only thing I can really think of when it comes to my childhood would be that I didn't, we weren't given everything, we didn't have it all, but we had what we needed.
Yeah.
And my mom was a single parent, raising us, and she did what she could. She worked, I think, maybe 2 or 3 jobs as we grew up, but just to make sure that we had everything that we needed, she did what she had to do.
And how did that affect you, like as a black woman, just being, you watched your mom raise 4 other women, and so now being inserted back into society, not back into society, but being in like the world now, it's like, how does that affect you as a woman?
It just instills independence in me, just letting me know that anything that I want in this life, I have to work for it. There's no handouts. You have to go get it. And just mainly that, but I mean, I'd also say the drive. That's something she always reminds me of today, that, the drive that I have is the drive that she had, and still has.
And what was your dream job as a child?
To be a doctor.
Okay. And so what kind of got you away from that?
So I think my mentality with that was just that I wanted to be a doctor, but I thought about it as, people that are doctors, you don't have a lot of time, in the future to start families and, really enjoy life for what it is. And I just felt like that just would have taken so much time away from what I wanted to do in the future.
So you do want to have a family?
I do.
Okay. And how old are you?
I just turned 30.
Okay. So being 30, no kids, what is your life like in being a business owner?
Oh gosh, my life is crazy. I am a full-time business owner, basically doing all of the roles that come along with that. But then I am also in school right now too, so I'm just extremely busy. I don't have a lot of time like right now because the school takes up most of that time, but until I finish that, it's just business and work. So.
And so what you going to school, what are you going for?
I'm currently enrolled in barber school.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're gonna be cutting hair too?
With the
whipping it. Okay, that's what's up. So what I'm hearing is like you really have like a real entrepreneur spirit. Like you really going to get it. Like in your industry, you trying to be as diverse or have as many skills as possible. And what aspirations do you have with that drive?
My ultimate goal is to, so I've always told myself, when the time comes for me, for life to end for me, I feel like I don't want to die with my knowledge. So while I have the capability, to move my body, to use my hands and all that stuff, I want to be able to teach eventually people who also want to learn the industry, whether that's doing locks. I'm a licensed esthetician too, so like waxing, facials, or even, you know, learning how to cut hair. I want to be able to do these services to my family members and kids and stuff, and then also instill just self-love with them as well. So
what are some of your bigger influences?
So like what? Like what do you mean by that?
I would say like, is it, so for me, my biggest influence is just my upbringing, being like, every day when I think about my mom, I'm like, I really got to get it. She did a lot for us to just have the things that we have, but bigger than that, like I think about my mentor and just seeing him grind and do what he did. But then also I think about like a Virgil and being from an area similar to the, you know, being from the Midwest. So that's what I think about when I say influence.
Okay. So for me, I think what influences me the most would be self-love. You know, as a child, I got bullied a lot. I got bullied from elementary through high school, and it just continued on. And I let that really influence how I looked at myself and what I felt about myself. And I told myself as I got older, you know, that I would instill that within myself, but then I also wanted to pass it on to others. You know, it's something that people also need to work on within themselves. So I think just being able to really just uplift people and help them come out of their shells and be as, you know, the people they're supposed to be, you know. I tell people all the time, like, once you enter the door of my shop, you're not going to leave the same way that you came in. So,
What age did you realize that you wanted to take this as a profession?
Gosh, not until I was about, was that 3-4 years ago? So probably 26. I knew, like, just, it kind of just started with all the jobs I was working at. You know, I worked a lot of jobs that were not fulfilling. They weren't, you know, matching what they promised in the very beginning. So I knew that I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. The biggest thing was playing my own music. Like, even from that, it just says a lot about your character and the comfortability about the people that come in. So just being able to do what I wanted to do with that.
So what is something you wish you knew when starting the business that you know now?
Oh man, how to manage my money. Oh my gosh, that is probably the biggest thing that I wish I knew for sure.
Do you have like a celebrity or someone that influences you in your industry?
You know, I've never thought about that before. I mean, there are people that I do follow, like celebrity wise, like, you know, for stuff, but a lot of the times too, some of the information they do, I'm gonna just be honest, some of the information they put out there about skincare products and stuff and different things that you should be doing with yourself, I don't agree with it, and that's okay. Like, that's just my opinion. It may not be the best for your skin or your lifestyle or whatever, but I don't know. I just feel like sometimes they use that platform to, you know, really do that, and I don't know. I'm just not for it.
Okay, that's a conversation in itself. So with having having an influence, do you believe that you are responsible with your selling or promoting?
Oh, most definitely. I don't recommend anything that is, you know, that I haven't even tried, like myself once, because how can I expect you to know how to properly use something or the benefits of something if I don't know like the ins and outs of something as well?
What are you adding to the scene, like to the Madison beauty scene?
I feel like I am building more of a community of people that, you know, a lot of people say that they don't have. When it comes to even just for the Black community, a lot of people feel like they don't have people to go to that look like them, or people that can also influence them, or just to hang out and just be around the same kind of people that also look like them. A lot of people say that, and I, you know, meet people and I go to events and I'm also introducing people because I want people to also know other people that look like them or doing what they're doing, you know.
And have you met any other people in the Madison scene that you like, man, she's doing a great job, or I really look up to what she's doing?
Oh man, a ton of people. There are so many people out here doing such great things. I mean, I met you through some great people, and you just, I mean, it's literally about who you know and the times that you meet them, because everything happens for a reasoning. So.
And so we met at the Young Professional event at the Hub, and so I'll have to be honest, like I haven't attended a lot of those events. I'm very new to that scene. And so what benefits has it given you?
Oh man, a lot of my clients are a part of that group. So it just the community. We all support each other. You know, we are looking for places to go get services done, or if there's something to do, or places to eat. Like, we just help each other out, just, you know, passing information over, creating the connections to other people, networking. It just, man, like, that group of people is amazing. It's great.
And how did you learn about them?
One of my clients, she's been coming to me since the very beginning of my business, and she kind of just tells me about the events and stuff that's going on, and she would get her, you know, come to get her hair done, her locks done, and would just tell me about the different events that were going on and, you know, that are taking place. And the more she talked about it, I was just like, man, like, she's such a very dedicated person. She's been going to the events since she started, like, years ago, and just tells me about how wonderful they are and the people you meet and the experiences. And I'm like, man, I really want to be a part of, you know, of a community like that. And it took me a little time, you know, just to really figure out my timing and my free time as well. But no, I just make it happen. I joined, and I'm also a part of a committee with the group as well.
So what are some pros and cons of being an entrepreneur?
Pros, the freedom. You can, like, if something happens, like, family wise, or if there's something going on, you're able to make the changes as long as it's possible with your clients as well. Mainly the freedom and the growth. You can, you know, it never ends. You can always grow, and you can learn and elevate your business. Your success is based off of how bad you want it, like how much you're willing to put into it, time, effort, money, investing. Like, it's just so much to it. The cons, people say they don't want to work a 9 to 5, but with a business you're working 24/7, even if you're at home. So it just never stops.
Do you need a team, or could you do it by yourself?
Man, you know how they say for a family it takes a village? For a business, it also takes a village. It is not something. It's not easy. It's not for the weak whatsoever.
And what are some struggles that you face with being a business owner? Because with being in the service industry, one review away could hurt you, or one positive review could help you. But that's pressure there. So, like, how do you deal with all that?
Honestly, the biggest thing that people struggle with is thinking that everybody is in competition with them. There are going to be so many people doing the same services or anything similar to what you're doing. But you have to stop that mindset right there. Like, as soon as you start to think like that, you have to cut it and, you know, nip it in the bud, because if you don't, that is going to really drive your success into the ground. You're not going to make it if you think everybody's in competition with you. That's the biggest thing. I don't know. When I first started my business, I struggled with that. I had a really hard time with that. I had someone in the same building next door to me. But once I stepped out of my comfort zone, I went to talk to her, and I would not be where I'm at if I did not talk to her. She's taught me so many things and implemented so many things towards my business to get me where I'm at today. So
how hard was it for you to humble yourself? Because I guess in the service industry, what I'm learning is, like, it's very competitive because everybody wants all the clients. So with that, like, it's like football. I would think, like, if somebody's ahead of you, how hard was it to go up to her and say, hey, I love what you're doing. I see you doing amazing things. Is there any way I can help you? And is there any way that you can help me? And how did you handle that?
I don't know. I just feel like you don't know what you don't know. Like, there's always ways to be better at something. There's always ways to improve. And she's been doing it for years. And I figured, wow, like, I would love to, like, not even do what she's doing, but I would love to learn some tips and things that I could become better. You can always be better at what you're doing. And she was just so willing to help me. Like, it was just out of the kindness. Like, she didn't charge me or anything. It was just that she truly wanted me to do better and to be better. And there's some things that I helped her with as well. Like, we're just, you know, not even like a team because we had our own businesses, but we both wanted each other to succeed. Like, and that's how you need to look at it.
What are you doing to grow your brand?
Gosh, I'm just talking to everybody about what I'm doing. Not even having like a certain look for my shop, but it's just creating an experience. That's what it is, creating an experience. Because there are so many, like I mentioned, there's so many people doing the same stuff that you're doing, and I have so many different elements to my business. So just being able to, like, I don't know, just creating that experience, and it just brings people back. Like, people can go everywhere, but I've had people, like, you know, not want to go somewhere, not even because somebody else can do services better, and I commend them for that, and that's what's up. But I feel like creating that experience is what brings people back. they're gonna go tell their friends and their family members as to what they got and how amazing that experience was and that service was, and now they're bringing their people back to me. So it just being myself and authentically me, like just not pretending to be somebody, not being fake, like just being who I am is what is doing it.
So have you ever had any like disgruntled customers or like having like a misunderstanding with a customer, and how did you deal with it?
It can happen to anybody, but I think I don't have that very often. Like it's very, very rare. The biggest thing with it is not taking it so personal. We all have our own things going on outside of, life and getting services done outside of the walls or whatever. Like we all have our stuff going on. So anything that somebody may bring to you, 9 times out of 10 is not directed towards you. Like people just have so much going on that you may be the first person they come in contact with. I don't know, you just have to take the personal side out of whatever response you're going to say and just respond in a professional way. You just have to keep it professional, no matter how you're feeling or no matter your opinion on what they say. You just leave it for what it is.
So have you ever had a time where a customer is just telling you too much information?
Oh my gosh.
And you like, wow, I know too much right now.
Yeah, well, it kind of happens all the time. Some people kind of like just dump information, and I let them know that, whatever we talk about is safe within those walls. I have to just keep it professional, HIPAA, because I am a professional. But at the same time, like, I don't know, sometimes it's girl talk, it's girl talk that, once again, don't leave the walls. And, I'm also a full body waxer. So, we have a lot of personal conversations in there. It's a very vulnerable service to get done. So,
So that made me think a little bit. So, with waxing, have you had any interesting experiences with that?
I sure have. Oh, gosh. Wow, yeah. Without getting too deep into that, stuff just gets crazy sometimes. Sometimes you just don't think you're gonna have the experiences that you have with some clients, and it doesn't happen often. I probably had maybe 2 or 3 different crazy instances, but it's very rare, and it kind of catches you off guard because you just don't walk into the service expecting anything to happen. So
give us a little more, because I think you made it a little vague. I want to hear an experience or a moment where you was like, wait, what? Like, hold on.
Okay, so I used to do Brazilian waxing for men.
Oh, okay.
I stopped that right after this one experience that I had. Without saying too much information. Everybody's grown, that are coming to receive services, and I don't know what was going on that day, but maybe he just didn't pay attention. But so male Brazilian is going to be, everything on the front side, and some men get the back side. They get the little, little strip in the back. I went to wax the back side, and he had stuff back there.
Okay, we did. Okay.
Yep. And at that very moment, I decided money is not that important for this service.
Sheesh. And even on the flip side, have you ever had like someone have a stench and you're like having to like inhale this the whole entire time?
Honestly, to be real with you, because it's such a comfortable topic for me, like, the main service I do are, women, like the female anatomy Brazilian waxing.
Okay.
And honestly, every woman is different. Every woman has their own scent. So the fact that anyone can say this or that about someone's body, everyone does not smell the same. Everyone's not going to look the same either. So.
Okay, I respect that answer. That's a decent answer.
Most definitely.
Is there 3 things that you can't live without?
Oh, man, yes. Music is number 1. I don't know where life would be or how boring or how awful life would be like if I didn't have music. That is my biggest thing. It's what drives me. It's kind of what also help pursue me to open my business, because I can play what I want. I can create my own space based on my music. So,
who's your favorite artist? This video is sponsored by Heavy 7 Hearts. Everything is one of one or exclusive. Our mission is to change the world one trend at a time. If you go to our website, you will see Proud to Pay. This item is for all of our customers that want to support us in our mission. Thank you guys, and we appreciate you.
Oh gosh, you didn't put me on the spot.
Quick.
Crap. I don't know. I don't have a favorite. I listen to too many.
Okay.
Too many R&B for sure. I like R&B. I like rap too. So yeah, I don't have a favorite. That's a hard. The first person that popped up is Brent Faiyaz, but he kind of toxic, so I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. You said three things. So music, pizza. Oh my gosh, so childish, but I don't care. Cheese pizza is my life. Anyone who knows me, they know where it's at. Third thing, my family, for sure. They are, the people that have been there through it all for me. Like, they've been there to coach me through life and support me through everything, and they still support me through all of my endeavors in life. So definitely for family, for sure.
For that, who is a figure for you? Like, what woman do you look at and say, man, she gives me inspiration, I really admire her?
I've never really thought about this before. Crazy enough, the first person that comes to mind, I would say I have an aunt. She lives in Atlanta. I definitely, I don't know what it is with the bond that I have with her. And I didn't of course I grew up around her, but she wasn't always there because she always lived in a different state. But I've always looked up to her for what she does and the stuff that, she implements in her life and stuff. So most definitely.
Top 3 fashion icons.
You know something funny? I don't have any. I'm not a name brand person. Never been.
Okay. Wow.
Never been one.
Okay. Do you have a mentor?
Right now, no, I don't. I'm working on getting one. There's actually the women's group. I'm and it's kind of blanking my brain right now. There's like a focus group. Her first name is Jasmine. She's within this mentorship group in Madison, and I'm becoming a part of it so I can get some mentorship, stuff figured out.
And what benefits do you see from having a mentor?
I just feel like there's a lot of growth that I need to inquire about. There's just so much that I can improve on and become better with. I don't know. I just feel like there's so much to improve on, to be better with, and it'll also just not help me in the business life, but also my personal life as well, for sure.
Is there anything that you're working on or a 2-year plan?
At the second, no. I do know there are some things that I would like to implement in the future. I don't want to talk too much about it yet, without having a plan set behind it too, for sure. But Madison, keep your eyes open. We got some stuff I'm gonna, be coming out with. So. Okay.
And where can we find you on the internet?
Instagram is like my big thing right now. So my Instagram handle is Madison Lock and Wax. So Madison like the city, Lock LOC, and as in Nancy, and then Wax WAX.
What is something people don't know about you, or would be surprised if they knew?
I am actually a very good Latin dancer. Like bachata, cumbia, merengue, like that is my jam.
Okay. So how do you make money as in your industry?
In what way? What do you mean?
So for me, I'm just thinking like, so for me, I'll just probably speak to myself. So as being in store, it's cool. Online, it's cool. But I'm learning like I need to start making money off of like things like this. Like I want to start getting sponsors. I want to give other people opportunities to maybe sell in store. So when I think about making money off of the brand, I'm like, man, I gotta kind of build it up a little bit so that people can see credibility in it. So then they want to mess with us. So that's what I'm thinking about. Like, how are you trying to make money as a brand outside of just the service?
I want to create opportunities for other people. So being able to like hire people under me. I would love to have a salon, like a storefront someday, or even a building that I can have people that work under me, or they can rent like chairs or rooms for me is one. Passive income for sure is another one. whether that be, selling stuff online for sure, like skincare products, hair products. People ask me all the time, like, what skincare things do I use? What hair products am I using? How do I do this? How do I moisturize my hair? Shampoo, stuff like that. So definitely that way as well. But yeah, I mean, those are the couple things that I'm thinking of now. But then I also, got stuff down the line that I also want to make money from as well. But also stuff that, I'm working on a plan for. So,
what is your favorite quote?
In order to be better, you have to do better.
And why is that your favorite quote?
Because opportunities aren't just going to be given to you. You have to go out and do the things to get, to get that stuff. It's just not going to fall into your lap. So,
who are your favorite business people to follow?
Like big people?
Yeah, we say big.
Gosh, I follow quite a bit of people on my Instagram actually. I can't think of any names at the moment, but it's just I follow a lot of people who are posting things, not like just selling things, but like, or even just a lifestyle, but like, I don't know, like they speak very positively about their lives, and they take time for themselves to enjoy the journey of what they're doing, and they talk about the hard times as well, because that is what makes you enjoy the bigger times when you get to the big times, or the more positive things in life. So people like that. I follow a lot of people in Madison as well, who are also, not even just doing the same thing I'm doing, but I mean, like just trying to make it, like getting themselves out there. And it's really inspiring to see all the work and stuff that people do. It just, I don't know, it just really drives me for sure.
What lessons have you learned through this journey that's really helped you?
Patience. Patience, and to enjoy the journey for sure. The ups and the downs. There are going to be times where you're going to have your lows where you don't have any clientele, or it's really slow, and sometimes it feels like you want to quit, but that that's what business is. You're going to have your ups and your downs, but in those slow moments, you just have to look back, reevaluate, take a step back and see what you're doing and what you have been doing to get you to this point. Okay, so what changes do we need to make? What do I need to change about what I'm doing? Is this not working? Okay.
So I'm gonna be a little devil's advocate.
Okay.
So even with that, it sounds very PC, politically correct, being like all of us business owners say the same thing. Like, oh, you gotta just keep fighting, keep doing it.
I'm not even joking. It's
that. No, and I truly align with that. But I'm just thinking from the perspective of like, when you keep doing it and you keep trying and it's not working, how do you deal with that? Like as a business owner, when it's so slow and you're like, man, the bills are piling up. I'm really trying my best and I'm doing everything that I possibly think that I'm supposed to do, and it's not working.
Okay.
How do you deal with that? For real?
To be honest, I pray. I talk to God a lot. I journal a lot. Ooh, I'm tearing up thinking about it. Like not in a bad sense, but in such a good way. Like you're human. You're gonna have those low moments, not even just with business, but in life. Like you're gonna have that, and sometimes that may affect how you come in there. But you have, with business and work and stuff, you have to keep that on the back burner. It just seems like you're not allowed to be human and show that side to your clients and to people, But they also have to realize you're not a robot. You have emotions and feelings just like them. I pray and write a lot. Oh my God. I know God like, all right, girl, I got you in my, speed dial at this point. But literally, in those low moments, I probably don't talk to a lot of people either. I have maybe a good 2 people that I can talk to, like, before I even talk about what I have going on. I'll talk to them and check in to make sure they're doing well as well before I even share my information. So
no, and that was what I was kind of more pushing into, because I feel like we go through so much, and as emotion, like you really care and you really want this to work, and but you can't show that. You can't show when you're hurting or when things are not going well, because then you become so negative. But you're really just like, man, I'm just reflecting on what I'm going through. And so that's what I was really speaking into, because I think as business owners, we never really get to tell the other side of that answer of being like, no, bro, I be hurt. I be sad a lot of times. and frustrated and confused because I feel like I'm doing everything and I'm trying so hard, but it's just not working. But then I'm like, God, speed dial.
Okay.
What's up?
Hey yo.
Hey, like how you been doing? You know, I need some assistance. So I truly believe in God. I know God is real, and I wouldn't have made it this far without Him. But I think as a business owner, I wanted to really go into that being like, no, it's not easy.
No.
It's not fun.
No.
95% of the time, and
No.
those 24 hours you're speaking about, the people that are in your life get affected by that because your main priority is the business. And so, what skills do you have that has helped you become successful?
Wow. The biggest thing I would say is my communication, people and communication skills. You learn that throughout life, like, just not being a good communicator was something I realized, maybe like 5 years ago, that I realized that I didn't know how to communicate with people. I wasn't a great listener. And in order for me to want to soon look into being a business owner, I had to learn how to talk to people and also shut down my own thoughts sometimes to hear these people out, because we are all people and we should be able to communicate and listen and actually listen to people rather than just responding. So communication skills for one. I went to school to get my esthetician license. So I have that with the state of Wisconsin. Woo-hoo.
Know me.
And then I am currently going to school now to be a barber. So I'll have my barber license looking maybe October of this year. I'll have that as well. I didn't tell you I'm a tattoo artist as well too. I'm licensed for that too, but
okay.
Don't tell nobody that.
So you an artist too?
Yeah,
wow. Okay.
I'll be chilling.
So how did you learn how to draw?
I used to doodle a lot when I was younger. I haven't done it in a while, but it just kind of fell into my lap one day, and I just kind of was like, you know what? I wanted to start looking into permanent makeup first for brows and all that stuff, but I was like, you know what? I got a tattoo gun. Let me see if I can make it do what it do.
Wow.
And it wasn't bad. I've done actually quite a bit of tattoos on people, and myself included. But yeah, that's something that I don't really do a whole lot of it anymore because I'm so busy.
What sacrifices have you made to be where you are right now?
Time. Man, you miss out on a lot with family, and it's something that you really have to sit back and to think like, is this something that I truly want? Am I willing to miss out on events and time and stuff like that with your family and your loved ones? I also don't have any kids yet. I've never been married. I'm just super, and I wouldn't even say busy. I'm just occupied with time, like, just not having a lot of time for other things besides my business. It is a 24/7 thing, especially when you're building it right now, like in that very smaller building stage. I still have very much so a way to go, but the goal is to get to the point where I have more of that financial freedom, so where I don't have to work 24/7.
So, with being a business owner, does this affect your romantic relationship because you are so focused? And with being a business owner, everybody don't get what you're doing and why you're doing it. So has that affected your romantic relationships?
A little bit, yes, because my time isn't so available as others would like it to be. For sure, I'm not on my phone. I'm not one of those, shop owners who, I don't take breaks. I don't, sit on my phone. I'm not gonna text you right away. I'm not gonna sit on the phone all day. I'm not gonna have phone conversations while my clients are in the room. I just keep that line drawn between personal and business, just so that the two don't get intertwined. They don't get mixed together. And a lot of the times people don't, they're not for it. I can't text all day. I'm tired, by the time I get off of work. Some days I work 10, 11-hour days, and I don't want to talk when I get off of work. It's not something personal, but it's just, you give so much energy and so much of yourself to everybody that, you do services to unintentionally. It just happens. And by the time you're off, you're just drained. It happens.
What's your definition of success?
Honestly, I wouldn't even say having all the money in the world, because money does not truly bring you happiness. But success for me is time and peace and being able to to take the time to enjoy life in the present moment. Just being, honestly, being more present is what success is for me. I don't get to do a lot of that. I've been reading a couple books that actually help me focus more on the present and stop living for the future. So,
what's your top 3 books?
Oh gosh, off the top of my head. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
Okay. You're a Badass. And it is the yellow one. It's stating how to. Oh my gosh, what is it? I can't even think of what it is, but it's just basically how to stop doubting your greatness. And just basically just start living in that. So that's one book. A second one is the gift of presence, just learning how to be more present. And there is Chop Wood and Carry Water. That is a really, 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 really good book. Just basically explaining all of the life lessons, all the things that you do in your everyday life. There's a life lesson within them, and there's a deeper meaning for everything that you do. So,
if you had 10 seconds to talk to the people, what would be your message?
My message would be who you are. Stop trying to please people and make people happy, and stop being who you aren't. I don't know, I just feel like so many people, including myself in the past, I used to just do stuff that just didn't make me happy. I worked all these jobs, like, if the job don't make you happy, not saying quit your job right away, but definitely go for something that makes you happy. Like, the money may not be there right away, but it can be there in the future if you want it bad enough. I don't know, live your life, be you.
And so we're going to end it off with, so where can people find you again, and tell them a little bit more about your business, being like what you specialize in, what is something you really want people to know you for?
So my business is Madison Lock and Wax. I am a licensed esthetician. I do full body waxing, potentially maybe adding facials back into the mix because everyone keeps asking about it. I am soon to be a licensed barber, so I'm gonna be clipping and cutting, and I'll be doing color as well. So that'll be something to look forward to. And that's mainly what I do for my business. But you can find me on Instagram. The hashtag is I'm starting to feel 30, y'all. It is Madison Lock and Wax. So MADISON. N as in, Madison Lock and Wax. It's been a long day. So Madison and then Lock, LOC, N as in Nancy, WAX. So Madison Lock and Wax on Instagram. You can also, if you want to see some of the videos on TikTok, same thing, same name, Madison Lock and Wax. Same thing on Facebook and Google if you want to see any reviews and see how the services are.
Thank you guys. As you can see, it's a new setup, a new vibe. Appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
I'm extremely happy with this. And so, guys, check out our Instagram, check out our YouTube at Midwest Vintage 608. My name is Patrick. I represent Midwest Vintage and Heavy 7 Hearts. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.